Probably not going to be able to talk very much during this video. The wire's starting to cut in on this tree. Anyway, I live in a suburb and I've got construction going on and dogs barking. And the wire's starting to cut in on this bonsai that I did a while back. So I'm going to take it into the studio and take that wire off right now. Hope you enjoy. Take care. Okay, so we have finished taking off the wire. And as you can see, I've created a mess. I must have about $100 worth of wire down there. Maybe not that much. Anyway, yeah, and at this point in this tree's journey, I believe we're going to decandle again. So last year was the first time that we decandled, and this tree I worked on, but I didn't do any videos. So this tree was before I started doing videos. So I got to go back and find photos of the befores and after, and then maybe it'll shed light onto what this tree was like 3 or 4 years ago. I got this tree from a friend of mine, and yeah, we added some wire and decandled last year. It was repotted in 2023. So anyway, so it's on its way. I have a lot more to do, but I'm going to include what we're going to do probably in this video. All right, take care. Okay, here we are about 5 minutes and 45 seconds into the video, and I felt the necessity to pause. Well, there's a reason I'm in the house. Is it's it's about 100 degrees outside, and the children are real loud behind my studio right now, and you wouldn't be able to hear a thing because I've got 2 ACs going, a swamp cooler, and a fan. So that's why I'm in here doing this right now. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to address a few things. I'm about ready to decandle. And decandle is, I think, a very misunderstood subject. So I'm going to cover it right now before I go back out there and then start decandling. There is a lot of different ways to decandle a Japanese black pine. There's, on a little bit more finished tree, there's top to bottom. I just start at the top, and pretty much if you have a more finished tree and all the candles and all of the needles are pretty close to the same size, you just start from top to bottom and you decandle. Then there's large to small. So here you have a larger one. It doesn't matter where it's at. So it's not, could be anywhere. You just do the large ones first, then the middle, and then the small. Then there's the 10 to 15 day method. So you do something, you wait 10 days, you do something again, you wait 10 to 15 days, and then you do something, maybe the final ones, remembering that the top of the tree is always the strongest. Then there's the strong to weak. Even if you have small candles, they could still be stronger than other ones. So there's another way of decandling called strong to weak. The one that I think most people start with is partial decandle. Partial decandle is more about stages of development. So if you have not built, just like on my last video I talked about, if you haven't built a branch, if you have not built your primary and your secondary and your tertiary branches on your black pine, then you probably shouldn't be decandling unless you're doing certain areas. And man, is that a lot to talk about. Okay, so remember the top, I'm going to say this again, the top is always the strongest, so that is an area that you may start to decandle first, depending on what's going on in your tree. That could be the bottom branch also. It just depends on what stage of development you're at. Okay, so when you watch me decandle in here, this tree was decandled for the first time last year. I'm going to decandle it again, and this one, the method that I'm doing is a combination of partial defoliate or partial decandle and top to bottom. Okay, I hope that helps. There's a lot of different ways to decandle, and all depends on the stage of development of your tree. I need to add this. Just because you know how to do something, all of us, just because we know how to do something doesn't mean that your tree is at that stage of development for you to do it. If you haven't built all these branches and everything, if you haven't made your top smaller, the needle smaller than the bottom, then you probably should not be decandling. Again, just because you know how to do something, all of us, doesn't mean that we should do it. So build your branches first, build your primary, secondary, back branches, and then, based on the stage of development of your tree, start the decandle process. All right, hope that helps. Take care.